Yo, what is going on, my fellow Italians? So today I'm bringing you guys a guide on how to farm gems, the best way to farm gems there is without glitching or anything of that nature. So as you can see right here, this is the amount I get after like 10 minutes or so doing this, 20 minutes. You can see there's some there that I have lot more than 20 of each. So this method, why is the best one, is because first it's not a glitch. Second is reliable, so it will work every time. Not like the other glitches out there on YouTube where it's really unreliable and it might take you even like 20 minutes or more just to set it up. And again, it's always a maybe because it's not even reliable. It might happen, it might not happen, and you just wait like 20 minutes every time trying to set it up. This method works every time, okay? And it's very fast. It gives you a lot of gems, and it will also give you a lot of Mirian. So I'm gonna cover everything from the requirements and how to set it up, what's the most efficient way to do it. Alright, so let's get to it. And this is pretty much unlimited. You can do this for however long you want, until you get all the gems you want for maybe re-rolling weapons, you know, or just having those red gems for damage on your gear. So let's go over the abilities first. Sorry, the skills. So this is very important. I'm gonna slow down here. This is I think it's Prospector is the name in English. My game's in Spanish, so bear with me. But I'm slowing down so you can see there is the Prospector, that one I just selected. This is all you're gonna need. I mean, this is no requirements. Like you don't need this to make it happen, but it just makes it more efficient. This is the second one. You're gonna need a caragor. So if you have this ability, the basic one already gives you a caragor, but I'm using this one. It gives you a terrible, you know, the upgraded caragor. But this is all not necessary. It just helps, makes the method more efficient and you know, faster. You will see what I mean later. So moving on. So those are the only skills you need, and also you need the area unlocked to learn it. So, but you unlock that is like the first area you unlock. Now, another thing that helps a lot is this dagger right here. It's an epic one, and it gives you 5 elf shots for every time you stealth kill with the caragor. Okay, so this is I'm slowing down again so you can see. Is the one on the left, not the square on the right, the one on the left. I'm gonna put the name on the description in the comments or somewhere in English so you guys can better find it out. So, rest right there. I just selected it. Now I'm gonna upgrade it. This is what you're gonna have to do if you don't have that yet. So make sure you get it. It's an epic, like I mentioned. It's a dagger epic. You need to stealth kill 3 enemies to upgrade it, as you can see me doing there. The challenge is tracked. So just like that, pretty easily, 3 kills. Now I completed the challenge and I can upgrade it so that the effect of giving me 5 elf shots for every stealth kill with the caragor will take place. You see? So now I upgraded it and there it goes. So now it's functioning and everything, and I have the benefit. This is really the only thing you need. Now, so this is how you start. So you just load it into the game, go to Nurnen, and call your caragor. That's the first step. And now you're gonna go to the fortress. Okay, so ideally the fortress should be captured. So I'm just showing you where Nurnen is in case you don't know. So this is the world map, and this is the bottom right here is where Nurnen is located. Now take note, the Overlord on the area is a Marauder. This is important. I'm gonna again explain to you guys the differences here, but the Marauder makes a difference. So I'm just showing you guys again the map here so you can see, make sure you know where it is, and that's where we're going, the fortress. So again, got our caragor, we came to the fortress. That's pretty much the first step. You can see the fortress is not captured by me, so it's on their hands. So now moving on, so there's, like I mentioned about being the Marauder, this is the Pharaoh, when the Overlord is a Pharaoh. This is how it looks. I'm just showing you guys how it looks so you guys can better identify it on your game. They have a specific aesthetics depending on the tribe. You can also see the flag right there. It's a pretty good indicator of what tribe is controlling the fortress. That's dictated by the Overlord. Okay, so in this case, the Overlord is a Pharaoh. I have control, but you know, just so you guys can see, the reason why the Pharaoh is either the Pharaoh or the Marauder would be the most efficient ones, because with the Pharaoh you have these things right here, and of course he shows out of nowhere to stop my guide. So let's just deal with him real quick. There we go. Now we can get back to the guide. So, like I mentioned with the Pharaoh tribe, they have these dragon baits, I guess we'd call, all scattered all around the fortress. And the reason why that's good is because you can shoot them with an arrow, as you see me do here, and that's gonna summon. Every time you shoot one of these, it's gonna summon a dragon. And if you kill the dragon, and which I'll show you how you can do that very quickly, you can get a gem for killing the dragon as well, a very high tier level gem as well. So it's kind of worth it. So this is the most efficient way you can take. You can just shoot him down with the arrows if you don't have this. But if you have the legendary sets for the Pharaoh, you could just equipped for them, so you can then gain the bonus of being able to shadow mount a dragon that's not like injured, you know, on that little green state. So I'm just showing equipping you here so you guys can see what I mean. And this method also gives you a lot of Mirian, so if you're wondering how I got, you know, 500,000 Mirian there, that's not by this method that I got that much Mirian, but it does, this method will also get you a lot of Mirian. So now, you see, I cannot Shadow Mount him because he's doing the animation where he grabs someone from the floor. So, just know that. But again, you mount him and you just hold R1 and he will kill the creature. And because you cannot do this by summoning the dragon because it's considered your own creature, it has to be an enemy creature. So by capturing this, it's fine, it will still work. So right there, it gives you either 2050 Mirian or it's going to give you a gem. In this case, it gave me the 2050, which you know, unlucky, but it will also give you the gem. And if you're using the Prospector skill, like I mentioned earlier, it's gonna give you a level 3 gem, which I'm hovering over right now. These level 3 gems is what you're gonna get for killing it every time you kill the dragon like that. So that's the first thing why being Overlord on the Pharaoh is a good thing. The second and probably the best Overlord is the Marauder. And the way you know it's a Marauder because it has these little treasure things around the fortress. If you have this, you know it's a Marauder. You can also, as you see there, pick up 15 Mirian for every one of those you see on the fortress. And again, I'm just showing you guys here the aesthetics, so you can see how a Marauder looks how the fortress looks when the Overlord is a Marauder from the Marauder tribe. The biggest giveaway, I mean, besides the flag, is really the gold. You know, there's gold everywhere, and like I mentioned, that little treasure thing you can pick up in the middle of the fortress or scatter around everywhere. And obviously, if you since the fortress, you know, like I mentioned, the fortress has to be captured by them, not by you. So if you're controlling this fortress, as you see this guide, just start a defense and make sure you lose it. You know, just die on purpose or whatever, and so they can capture it. You won't be able to control which Overlord takes like which tribe he is by losing like that. But you know, you could just recapture and lose it again until you cycle it, you know, to the point where you get either a Marauder or a Pharaoh. You know, but I think the Marauder would be ideal, the most ideal. So after you're done with that, this is just a quick example of how it looks once everything is set up. In this case, I'm using the Marauder Overlord in this case here. So the reason why I say Overlord is ideal is because it makes the Overlord, being a Marauder, makes it so these yellow treasure guys, they spawn more often and in bigger quantities, you know. So that's a good thing because it's from them that you're getting the gems. So you know, if you have a Marauder Overlord, it doesn't work only on the fortress, but in the entire map itself of the world there on Nirnan, it will make it spawn more of these guys. And you know, that includes inside the fortress, which is what we want. So as you can see right there, this is just an example of how it looks when everything is, you know, fine and dandy and running, when you have everything set up. And this is the reason why I say the dagger is good, because it's much faster to kill them with the bow than it is to you know, just do this animation for every white guy that you see. And you see right there, I just do the stealth kill and I get 5 arrows back, so it kind of replenishes everything without me having to maybe, you know, leave my my caragor and maybe, you know, dominate an orc or something to get my arrows back. You can also grab the arrows that are scattered around the fortress, you know, but you know, that takes longer, so it's more efficient if you have this dagger instead. So that's it. That's about it, and you just go around killing them. Now let me go over another few quick points here that might be important. As you see right there, you get Mirian as much as you get gems, and because you can't control this, unfortunately, so it's completely random if he drops a Mirian or gem. So sometimes you can end up getting like 5 Mirians in a row. Other times you can get like 5 gems in a row. It's just kind of random, but it will give you overall a lot of gems in the long run. And the reason why Nirnan is the best is because it spawns Ologs a lot more often. Because if you don't know, the Ologs can also spawn as these white guys with the treasures. And the Ologs will drop, if they drop a gem, they will drop a level 3 gem. Wait, no, a level 4 gem. Yes, they'll drop a level 4 gem, which is you know, essentially what, 9 times faster than killing these guys normally that I'm doing right here. So it speeds up the process a lot of you getting those final upgraded gems. So it's a really for this reason is why I think Nurnen is the best fortress, because technically this will also work on another fortress. But you know, I just found Nurnen to be best because for some reason they just seem to spawn more often. As you can see, like sometimes I have like 5 of them at the same time, 4 of them, of these white guys spawning together. So for some reason in Nurnen that happens a lot more often, as well as like I mentioned, spawning the Olags. The other fortress, I have seen Olag spawn, but not as frequently as I've seen on Nurnen. So for that reason, like I mentioned, make sure you're not holding the fortress, because otherwise you won't be able to, they'll all be your allies, so you won't be able to kill them like this. There will be no white treasure orcs around. Now, one point I need to mention is that, like I mentioned, sometimes it spawn, like you see me doing here, just run around the fortress to force more of them to spawn, if you after you kill them all. So for example, on this side, there's none of them, so I just go to the other side of the fortress, and that's gonna cause more orcs to spawn. And by doing that, I force the spawn of more white treasure orcs. As you can see right there, already spawned one. And you just keep like running around, just leave the area, so to speak, that you are on the fortress, and it will force others to spawn. Another thing you can see right there, you see how I do not pick up all of them necessarily right away. Because with the arrows, like I mentioned, it's much more efficient. Because if you can imagine, I would be having to go all the way, like physically go to where he is, doing the animation to kill him, and doing this one by one, it's gonna be a lot longer than you just shooting them with the bow from the distance. Not to mention, if you're just going for the gems, you don't have to waste time, going for the Mirian, because you can see from afar that he dropped a Mirian, not a gem. So you're not wasting your time in that way as well. Now, you don't also, like I said, it's not a requirement that you have the things to like summon the caragor. For example, you could just dominate a caragor that's, many of the characters the caragors that are inside the fortress. As you can see me running around, there's like plenty of caragors I could easily dominate if I did not have the power to summon one of my own. So you can just do that if you don't have a caragor. Now, you might say, why not use a dragon or a grog? A grog is too slow, so he's not as fast as a caragor. So for that reason alone, it's just not going to be as efficient. He's not slow. I mean, he's not fast to like move around the fortress. Especially his climbing animations are very slow, so not efficient. And the dragon, it could work, but the reason why I don't use it is because first you're gonna have to keep like dropping every time of the dragon to pick up the gems. So that's not only is it a little annoying, but it also wastes time. With the caragor, you're just picking them up on the fly as you go, like right there. And not to mention, like the entire fortress is gonna be shooting your dragon at the same time. So you're gonna be having to worry about health and things like that all the time. It's really annoying. As you can see with the caragor, they pretty much never do any damage to me, so it's much more efficient and convenient in that way as well. I have the mobility, and I have the efficient everything. Everything's just perfect. And and every time, like I mentioned, you need arrows. Just do the animation of the stealth kill, which is hold the R2 and oh, another thing that brings me to this point, as I see in the footage here, these shield guys, sometimes they can spawn with the white treasure things as well. So the way you kill them, especially if they see you, you cannot stealth kill them. So it's much easier if you use the execution, which is a square. No, sorry, circle and X, I believe. Circle. I think it's circle and triangle actually. He's gonna do the execution while mounting the caragor, and that way you can just like instantly execute these guys with the shield. Because they're going to try to block your arrows, so it can be kind of annoying to sometimes kill them with the arrows. So if that happens, just do the execution right away. As you can see, my might is full as well, so I can easily do that. And you can also use the ability where it lets you, the skill, there's a skill for the caragor as well on the skill tree there, that it lets you do the executions trading health instead of trading might for the attack, So you can use those as well to kill the what's the name, the shoot guys. You could also use that for the anyone else as well, obviously, and including the Olags, but I just save it for the shields in particular. And you see right there the arrows, you can pick up them around the map as well if you happen to need them. You can also stealth kill Olags. Okay, so if that happens. Now I'm just playing the footage so you guys can see this. Another thing that can happen as well. Sometimes the Olags, they spawn and kind of glitch like that inside the door. But you can see right there that I got 1000 Mirian. That's from killing that Olag that was stuck. So even if he's stuck like that, you still get the item, even though you can't like physically, go in the same place that he is at the door, the game will still give you the item, even though he's kind of glitched like that if you manage to kill him. This is something that started to happen. I don't know why, but it happens only with the Ologs for whatever reason. When they spawn like that, they and it's always the white ones that get stuck. It's pretty weird. But anyway, so you can see the footage. I'm just letting the footage play so you can see, you know, how to deal with different scenarios. Because sometimes another scenario, I think that's important I can mention is sometimes there's a lot of them spawn at the same time and on different places around you. So just realize, for example, as you can see on the map, like there, to my left, there was one. You can tell there's a little white thing there. If I move too far, he's gonna despawn. So essentially, you don't want to be despawning the Ologs, you know. So that's why I use my Wraith vision as much as I can. So if I spawn if I see that it spawned like 5 of these white guys at the same time, I just go for the Olog, you know. I use the Wraith vision to tell, okay, who's the Olog and who's not, and I just go for the Olog, and I let the others that are not Ologs despawn, you know, if I have to trade in that sense. Because like I mentioned, just moving too far from them will have them despawn, and you know they will spawn closer to where you are again. So you definitely want to be careful with that, not to be despawning the Ologs when they do spawn, because they can be somewhat rare, you know. As you can see right there, they're not very often, but sometimes they will show up very often. It's completely random. Like I can't, you know, you can't control the spawning system. But like sometimes you get like 3 Ologs in a row, you know, 2 Ologs in a row, and you just get like a bunch of gems, high level gems, like in no time. So other times you just keep getting the. You see right there. What I mean. Now I did a might shot there, but you see how he's blocking the vision with his shield. That's kind of annoying. So you can just use the execution at that point to kill the shield guy. Sometimes these guys with the arrows spawn on top as well with the gems. Can be a little annoying because you have to climb to shoot them or get the item most of the time. So I guess that's pretty much all you need to know about this method. I already said you don't need the requirements like to do this, but it just makes it more efficient. And you can see right there how I leave the things behind, so but I still grab them later because they don't the gems and you know the Mirian and everything, they don't like go away from the map. I don't know if they do, honestly. I never seen it go away like that. Never noticed it. So you know it's very possible that they just stay there forever until you get it. Like right now, you see that gem was right there. It was there for like I don't know. I crossed the entire fortress before coming back to get it, and it was still there. So I don't think you will lose the gem if you don't get it immediately. So sometimes I just leave it there for later while I'm still running around killing the others, you know. And I just essentially get it when it's convenient. Not like literally every time I see it. So you see right there again, he's blocking with the shield. I can use a might shot to kill him, or I could just use the execution. And you see right there like 2 gems, not 3 gems, right? Like right there in you know 2 seconds I just got 3 gems, level 2 gems, which is no big deal. And but yeah, guys, I think that's about it. Everything you should know about this this method. It's very reliable. It works every time. You can just close the game, come back. You know, everything will be the same. It will always work this way. And I think the more you do this, as you keep killing them, it's actually gonna force them to spawn more and more. I don't know why the game does this. It's kind of the same way as the unreliable glitches. The more you kill them, sometimes it just kind of glitches the spawn, and they kind of start spawning uncontrollably. So you know, which is a good thing because you're just gonna happen to get more white treasure guys spawning. And you see right there again, the Olog got stuck, so but I still got the 1000 Mirian from killing him. I don't know if that's a thing, but I feel like the Ologs that get stuck like that, most of the time they will give you a Mirian instead of a gem. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know what controls. I don't know if there's a way to make the Olog spawn more or not. If you guys figure it out, let me know in the comments. But maybe, I don't know, just an idea. Maybe if we're killing these red Ologs as well, killing too many Ologs, it will force more Ologs to spawn. Maybe, you know, and more chance that one of them would be the whites. I don't know. Just an idea, theory, but you know, I really don't care to try it that much because it's already pretty fast, and I don't want to really waste time killing every Olog that I see. But you see me killing them also with 1 shot most of the time, or 2 shots with the Ologs. That's because my bow is really strong. So if your bow is not too strong, it might take a little extra shots to kill them. If you don't headshot, obviously, because a headshot is always a critical hit. I'm killing them with 1 shot, even if I shoot the body. So, but that's just because of the damage of my my bow. Okay, so if yours is not killing in 1 shot, it's because of this reason. I don't think that would be a problem because you're gonna get so many gems doing this method. You can just use the red gem for damage, and it will definitely be strong enough for then. So guys, let me just think if I have another thing I need to mention. No, I think that's about it. I cover everything about the pharaohs, you know, the tribes, and yeah, that's about it for you guys. I'll just let the gameplay roll. There's like a couple of minutes extra, just so you guys can see me dealing with different situations here while I'm in during the farming, so that you guys are, you know, what best to show you guys me doing it than rather talking about it, you know. So I'll just let you guys see it until the end here, so you have a clear idea of how it looks, what you need to do, you know, how to be most efficient doing it and whatnot. So yeah, guys, this is the video. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Hope this helps. I already made a guide on how to get legendary gear, which in a way kind of covers how to get Mirian as well. Oh, actually, let me just talk about that. You know, why not? So the way I get that much Mirian is really by doing the fortress defenses and attacks, especially online works as well, but mostly offline I guess would be better. I use them. I use the best build in Shadow of Mordor. I already made a video on it as well. If you guys want to see it, just search it on my channel. I have a playlist for every guide on Shadow of Mordor that I've ever made, which is gonna include this video right here. And with that build, is really easy to. You can win like the sieges, like pretty much guarantee, and it's really fast as well. So, and that build also involves using the Marauder set. So people are always dropping Mirian as you kill them, the orcs. We know it, but not just that, but like you get so much gear from killing all the captains during a fortress defense. That, you know, I just sell those essentially, especially the legendary, since I already have all of them. Every legendary is like 1,000 Mirian or something, 1,000 to at least a level 80, right? So you're selling those. If you get a duplicate, you know, it gives you a lot of money as well. So that's pretty much how I do I got that much Mirian. I just like speed run, so to speak, the fortress attacks and defenses, and I just sell all the gear from all the captains that I kill. The second fastest method would be to do, if you don't have the build or you cannot be that efficient, is really just to do pit fights. Because pit fights, you know, if your orc dies in the pit fight, he drops his gear and you can sell his gear, and if he doesn't die, then the enemy is gonna drop his gear and you can sell his gear, you know. So, and not just that, but if he also kills your orc that you sent to fight on the pit, your orc is gonna drop a gear, but the guy that killed your orc is still gonna be there in the arena. So you can just drop to the arena, kill him, and then you're gonna have 2 gears from one fight, you know. So and keep in mind the fights in the pit take like 2 minutes or less, actually less than 2 minutes. So you know you're essentially, a gear is gonna be, depending on the level, 80 or something like that. It's gonna be like 300 or more, depending on the rarity. If it's a legendary or epic, yeah, it's gonna be at least like 300 or more if you're level 80. So you can just imagine like you're getting 300 every like what, 1 minute. So it's not that bad. But I personally would recommend the fortress if you have the good builds, like I mentioned in my video guide there, with the best build in Shadow of Mordor. If you have that kind of a build similar to that you can just speed run the fortress, Mirian will never be a problem again. Okay. So yeah, guys, that's the video. Again, I'll let you guys see the gameplay so you can see the method working. And see you guys in the next one. Take care.
quien se atreve a enfrentarme. Pero nunca esperé que un montaraz respondiera al llamado. Al que acabas de responder. ¡Maten a su caragor! ¡Háganlo de su mascota! ¡Que cortaré! ¡Un intruso! Voy a ser capitán, después tirano.